All right, good morning, traders. Let's get started. Welcome to Map webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We're going to be going through live order flow analysis using Bookmap. First off, Happy New Year to everybody, or Happy New Year's Eve. It's going to be a tough day today, I imagine. Kind of last day of the markets being open and the window dressing here. So end of the year, it's going to be, I think, a little bit like maybe even worse than rollover period. So there's a lot of moves that don't make a lot of sense here and there. But let's go through it and read the supply and the demand in flow using book. If we understand that supply and demand and the user's behavior, we should then more often than not find the right, and that's what order offer you. That's what our goal is today. The distinction that today is that behavior is going to be erratic. The supply and demand may not matter so much because people are doing other things that don't rely on that supply. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say about the end window dressing type of stuff here. All right, so a couple different things to go through. We had a great campaign of our 12 days of trading for Christmas. It's, if you guys want to see that content, it is over on our Discord channel. Each of our educators, or 12 of them, made some content and tips and tricks or they deemed as important. It's great, so go check it out. You'll see them all here on Discord. All of our different educators in here. Name them all. And also our December's Blue Jacket competition. For 3 months, you can use your phone, take a screenshot here and sign up. Be a part of the Bookmap Academy as well, and create some content and maybe become a winner. So a few more deals. This is the last day. Ends tonight here. 50% off our market by order bundle. Traders, you guys might have heard of this. If you're not familiar, stops, icebergs for the futures markets, Liquidity Tracker Pro, the Trader Map Pro version as well for filtering heat map, as well as the suite of the Market Pulse tools. So this is a great offering here. If you want to give it a shot, this is the time to do it. Get 50% off for the first month. So sign up for it and kick the tires, see if you like it. We've gotten so many requests by traders over the years for this discount. So here it is. Hope you guys take advantage of it if you're interested. Also, we're having 30% off our Global Plus Annual. This is for New Year. This will end on the 2nd. So take advantage of this as well. I think you'll find to be really great to have it for a year. Use it as a tax write-off for 2024. And then you won't have to worry about subscriptions or anything like that. And just focus on your trading. Join the Bookmap Academy. Focus on your trading, get feedback from us, etc. So this can be a great path for 2025, as it says here, starting off. All right, let's go through some disclosures and then we'll jump in. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice or recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for investors. Past performance is not necessarily. All right, so we may take some live positions in here as well. I am trading in demo paper trading mode. We have a demo account that's live in Bookmap so that you can test things. I also have a Rhythmic paper trading account, 3 of them, so I can also demo um, how have a trade copier, account copier, so that I take one trade off of the chart and uh, other orders, multiple orders, into other accounts. Okay, so that's part of the reason is to demo some of these products for you, these trading products. Other reasons for trading live in here, it's not to follow, it's not whatsoever, is to show trade management and get very precise with, okay, we're considering getting in and getting out there. All right, so this way you can kind of understand not just the forward analysis in the live market, but also trade management. All right, so let's dive in. Let's take a look here. I took a few scalps earlier in the S, and let's zoom out. All right, and we're going to do something here first because of the day that we're trading here, and mentioned about this kind of year-end fixing. So we're going to look at and understand supply and demand on the higher time frame first. Okay? And in fact, before we jump into Bookmap here, we're going to look at a candlestick chart, just look at higher time frame, understanding the charts, and here's a daily candlestick chart on the left hand side, and an hourly in the middle, and a 15 chart here, right? Okay, so what's going on in here? We'll look at the wicks in this 15-minute chart. So price is back and forth all over the place here at this cash open. Okay, this is kind of what we were talking about earlier. Now, let's take a look though at supply and demand in here. Just a simple example is right here, right down here. Okay, this is back and forth from yesterday. And then look at the demand that came in here. Now, this is the aggressive demand at the market buy orders that move market. And they move price up quite a bit on the night. Now, where did they go? Okay, we're going to jump over now to the hourly chart here. Take a look. Well, they went to where the supply and the aggressors came in over, okay, right here. So that is where we know there are sellers. We know that there are buyers down here. And we just traded into where these buyers came in and moved that market higher. Okay? And that's what we see, this back and forth in here, this cash open. Okay? Now, we can take a look at a few. So now we've gone back and forth a few different times. We dipped down into this area. And then we see the big wicks here. So there's been some buyers. Now we can see that some buyers are coming again right now. Right? But let's take a look at this in here. Now, just make an assumption in here. Very simple deduction here. That price tested down here. Tested several times down here. And we finally, after this move back down to the demand down here, we're starting to see the demand here by the aggressors. Okay, now this is what we want to focus on. How much do we have? Because if they don't have a lot of demand in here, or start buying the market back down to test again in here, I would look for a retest back down into this low. That would be the assumption. We're going to look at Bookmap to try to understand that. Now we've only gone over the hourly. There's also the daily and the daily yesterday. Same ideas in here. This is where this was the non-farm up here. It kind of broke out day before. It went a little bit higher. You see the wick here and dropped. Look at where we are here. All of this price action here are within it. Okay, so we're not finding buyers to take this higher up. In fact, you see the action by the sellers up these areas here. So that's what we're seeing. Now let's get rid of all of these here, and we'll go again here with the rectangles showing supply and demand. So we know that there's supply up here. We can see some of the demand down in this area here. Same idea as over here. Same idea. And then now we're looking for the how much demand. Because we know that well, we dip down here. We see 3 days here, almost all the way back up, but just not enough though. See a reaction by sellers. But now the day here, we can see where we are. We're just kind of back and forth. We're not seeing a lot of demand in here now. It's a pretty small candle. Don't know. Maybe it ends up here at this day's swing, ends up down here. This day's swing. That's what we want to ascertain. And here we're starting to see these buyers come back in again. Okay, so this back and forth. Now we got to see where this is where the order come in and be very helpful. Where are we going? Okay, we'll swing up here. There's a small swing, and we also know that there's going to be a lot of volume, be a high volume node someplace. So I want to see what the is like up here, right? And I want to see is there a lot of limit orders in the order up here, like a wall, or maybe we're seeing big dots in here. We're seeing actually all of liquidity underneath on the bid. These are some of the questions we want to answer now as we go to look at. And let's take a look here. Well, here we have something to take a look at. Here is where a lot of selling came in, and price went down. Now let's take a look and use the same process in here. And we're going to use the rectangle tool map. This is where the selling came in. We're testing back to those sellers right now. I want to see if there is more selling up here. Right now, there's not. In fact, we see these kind of big dots here. So now let's take a look a little further. Are we getting big green dots up here? Well, we're starting to. Okay. All right. So now I would look for buyers to test up to this liquidity up here, maybe this liquidity, and maybe highs of the day, for the buyers to come in and try to move the market up here. Now this would be the first stop here, and the only reason that I'm saying that is because I'm starting to see the buyers come back in up here. Now we need to see we came back up again, and look at the buying here. Not much. Okay, what about up here? Now are we making higher highs in here? Nope. Now we're starting to make lower highs, and we're seeing some selling coming. Okay, so maybe this idea is not going to work. Seeing the selling down here. So let's see the pullback here and see if we get more buyers at the bottom edge here. If we don't see those buyers come in, okay, and we are right now back up here again. So this is not getting too much insight at the moment. It's back and forth here. Okay, well here we go. Now the buyers are coming back in. Now we know that, right? So we did find the demand, and let's see if it's sustainable though. Just traded up into this liquidity. Here's the supply up here, and this was the aggressive demand into it here, and then we see the selling come back in, retesting back into this area. So let's take a look at the context between these two elements in here and the aggressors up in this area. Let me see if there's any questions at the moment. Thank you, Stephen. CVD changes colors if it goes fine. Stephen. Okay, let's see now. Right now, again, we traded up into some supply here, and we see the pullback, right? Trading up again into some supply here on some pretty good buying here. Immediately pulls back up again. Right now, if we see enough buying in here, should break out up to this level, up 78. We're likely out. See if those buyers can come. Exhaustion here, back of buying. See selling yet. Now they're coming back in a little. That's enough. That's enough for in auction here. Buyers to on up into 77, 78. Okay, here again, attacking again. It's turning into a battle in here, buyers and sellers. Just not really seeing anything. It could get one more attack here. This might be enough. Get a stop run above the shear. Get enough buyers right up 70. All right, now there's enough in here, and there's going to be some sellers in here that got it wrong. They are going to get stopped out up into 77, 78 level. There's our stop run there, 37. Okay, and let's see a bit more in here. Still looking, I still think there's some juice in here. I just don't want to buy at these highs. I think it's going higher though, 80. Test and a lack of buying. Let's take a look. Let's zoom out here. Still kind of looking for this to go a bit higher here. I'm also going to jump over to different version of Bookmap here. This is the ES here, and in fact, here we go, guys. Higher, we're going to look at a filtered heat map here, because right now you see this trading bot in here providing liquidity. I want to filter that out, and we have a product that can do that. It's called TraderMap Pro, or there's a free TraderMap Lite. Now the TraderMap Pro version, you got a slider in there to finely tune however you like, and the TraderMap Lite has just 3 settings. That is a free product though. So if you're looking at some of these futures products that have some algorithm trading in there that's dominating the heat map, then you can get that behavior out of. So you can see here, we filtered it out. In fact, let's filter out a little bit more. There's other ways to filter the heat map, and we right click in map settings, and I'll just bring up the cutoff here. There we go. That okay. This I was kind of going to mention this in here. When we get up to highs like this, watch the sellers come in like this, especially on days like today, because they're just dumping here. A larger player came in and just dumped. Now look at the stop run here as well, 285. This is the kind of behavior that we're kind of looking for today. Very, very careful with. We might even get another attack all the way back up into these highs up in here. This high liquidity. This is fortunately this is going to be, I think, what going to see this kind of activity today. Larger players end of the year, especially in the next hour, they will be exiting positions. There's some interesting stuff in here with the stops and icebergs. So we can see this is odd one. They were on the offer. Happened. They got filled. Gate filled. That was a pretty quick, big move, like 15 minutes or so. I don't know if that was news or something else, but anyway, this is the kind of thing. Just tread lightly today, being the end of this kind of behavior here. All right, so here's another thing to take a look at here. Note the order book and the behavior. Traders or more demand or at higher levels in here. Now we trade into it on the way down here, and then look where the pullback came to, back up into that area. Well, a little bit above it, and then we're still within it. Now it's the same process in here. We see the drop in here, but get our buyers back up into this. Look for them right here, right now. See if they can come back in. And we look for maybe a retest back up in here. Maybe we can get back up to some of these highs again. I'm going to kick the off. Here's the demo account. I'm using the cross trading here. This is the demo sim account that Bookmap offers you. I can also trade into, and let's do this. We're going to trade into my Rhythmic account. It's like I'm activating this instrument. There. Here in the Trader Map Pro version to our okay, buyers coming back in. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking for, and floating back up to demand. What does demand look like? Oh, I'm sorry, supply. and the aggressors. Okay, so it's here. This is really where that first tranche of selling came in. We can see the whole thing in here, swept the order here on down to here. So from 78 and a quarter down to 74. So let's put a line up here. Drop from back to the current. Okay, so this makes sense here. Coming back and touching that area, and look at the up here. Done now. Didn't trade into that liquidity. We were looking for this move back up like this, potentially, because that's where these sellers came in. And then we wanted to ascertain what it looks like here. Well, we got our answer, and now we see the sellers come in, and we're going lower here. So let's see if we can find an opportunity here for trading down to this liquidity at 55. Not interested right now. It may go straight there, but I'm looking for a bit of a pullback here, trading into these buyers here. So a pullback would probably be it's already pulled back to here. So maybe the next one would be 64. Now we're going to look for something here. So here's our pullback, right? And so one of the things we did yesterday was we just got in up here because we set a limit order. I'm gonna jump in on this one here. I stop up above the liquidity in this area here, and then take profit down. It's 50. Now, the reason being is so we tested here, and then we started to see the selling coming in. Okay, so now know that we've tested up here, and we started to see this selling, and once I saw it starting to come back down below this area here, I'm looking for sellers to take it low. Okay, so they did, and if I had multiple contracts on, I would have taken some off down at the bottom of that. So anyway, now we're kind of a little bit trapped here, okay, because we're going to get for the test back to here now, or this liquidity level. We're right in front of it actually. So look at that high liquidity coming in at 66.5. Buyers tangle with. Yeah, they do. Right. So we had some trade into it. 12 contracts traded that liquidity. There it goes. Now it traded. Is there still more demand above it? That's it. But yeah, this is see some swings today. Anyway, we traded in this liquidity. We didn't see much demand here. Sellers come in, trading it back down, probably getting back down to the bottom of the range here, most likely. And we have now the potential to break the range and get these buyers in here to be sellers on the way down. Lack of buying, or I'm sorry, lack of selling down here. Some buyers. pretty dark in this area here. Liquidity's up here at 68, down here. I don't like having my stop here right in this area. I would like it to be above. This liquidity just came in, it's been in here, 70 here. Yeah, we may move it. Don't like doing that, but because our original idea was right here, but we're going to get stopped out. Yeah. We'll look again up here. We might get another opportunity where these sellers came in. See it. Take a shot at it. That liquidity. Traded into that liquidity. Still finding buyers or not? Finding some sellers. Sellers got to get back down to this area here, 65 or so. All right, so you can see like we put our stop kind of in a bad area in here, and price traded back up into this zone here to retest that supply. Now we're looking pretty good. Since we've traded up here, and if we don't find those buyers come back in, we have potential to drop back down below and to 58 level here, 5 or okay. Now let's take a look here. I'm going to move my take profit down to 50 for the moment, and I want to take a look at the higher time frame. Remember how we're looking at all these wicks in here, and so we've retested back up in here, and now the sellers come back in and they've retested back down here. So I'm kind of curious now. At one point or another, someone's going to take control here. Not only retest back down here, break it. That's what we want to look for. The one thing that we've got going for us right now are within bigger trend, the hourly and the daily on the sell side here. For the 15-minute here, this is where those buyers came in. So they're controlling the price action at the moment. Okay. I am looking at a test of that area. See if now we're just going to look for sellers to come in, start pushing the market down into the areas. And then where do we want to target? Well, how about the swing here? That'd be 5. Where's our 50? We'll keep an eye on it. Let's keep it down at 50. It's in front of that liquidity for now. Oh boy. Yeah, Stephen, the stop management here, the idea was that we're going to original trade idea in this was trading up into this. Let's see. We were looking for immediately because of this heavy selling, and then place to stop up. We look for the retest back up to here above this little swing here. Well, we got one, we got two, back up and retesting this area up here. Now, again, this is something to, and this, I don't think this was necessarily a mistake. However, if we kind of look at it, in my opinion, if we look at it now and try to gain some sort of value from it, there's a lot of buying and selling. Okay, so therefore, this kind of move to retest, like really the start of some of these moves, like up in here, is more likely. Okay, we're going to see a lot of back and forth. Right. So how do we manage our trades? We're going to have to manage them. One way to do it is like just you can scalp within these areas for sure. If you're looking for a bigger move though, don't know. We're going to have to kind of sit and take our shots up into these areas in here, and then see if it works out, because we don't know. If we get a lot of sellers down here, it's very likely we get back down into 50, 55, or maybe 50. Yeah, Rob, it's these crazy sweeps it's just the here we go. Let's see now. Are there sellers? Find buyers in here. Well, here we go. We're starting to find some buyers. Okay, now, do they have enough? We know that they had earlier. They still have enough buying. Up here, not yet. Starting to see some selling come in. Yet they're buying again now. Okay, so it's really back and forth. Okay, lower high here. Actually, now it's looking pretty good. Now it's looking pretty good. Now, where are the sellers? Okay, the sellers to break the range now. That was low enough to find the buyers. Let's just zoom in here. Let's watch this closely. So it's still back and forth. Because of this selling in here, this was looking to break. Now we're down below it again. Now, if we don't get our buyers in here, I'm looking for the break if we don't get our buyers in. We did though. So this is not the easiest day. See how we're getting our buyers again, but they're not buying up here. Not yet. Hey. Okay. Here's our break. Now, are we getting the supply though that we saw earlier, like this move here? Not yet. Not yet. In fact, we're getting buyers coming right back in. And I'm just going to flatten this because I don't know if we can get a move back down here, get in again. Yeah, here's what I'm seeing. We're looking for that move from sellers like this, Not getting it. That's why I got out. They had the opportunity here, and we were on the side of that opportunity. Not seeing it. Right. And now we're getting our buyers back up here again. They continue. Yep. So let's go back through the same process here. I just want to look at the higher time frame again here. This was the opportunity for sellers to come back in here. They were not finding it. Now we're getting our buyers coming back in. So where are they going to take it? Where were they buying? Right in that. And also here, they were buying that. Also in here, we saw that tested where that selling came and this liquidity. Now we see a reaction. This is a pullback though. To me, this looks like a pullback at the moment. These buyers, them to buy again. And not showing up, not showing up all yet. They are. And this was an interesting one. They did not trade into the liquidity. They just kind of popped it here. It's a little higher. They need to trade down into 58 liquidity. More. Seeing cumulative delta in here, making higher high, but not in price. So some difference there. Meaning that these buyers have not yet been able to move price higher. See if they can move up to 66. It's there. Yeah, this is one of the reasons it makes sense to me. I just want to kind of cover a little bit about the cumulative delta. I know a lot of you guys follow it quite well, but there was some divergence down here, right? And I was not selling it. The reason being is like, maybe the move just hasn't unfolded. Let's go back here. Okay, so here we had that divergence, right? But we also can see this kind of accumulation in here. Now the move has unfolded, okay, and it's traded up into these levels up here. So we know that there's some accumulation in here. Now, one of the things that we talked about a lot of times, or it's a potential setup in here. to definitely study is getting below this level here, 60, 61 on heavy selling. Because then that means all this accumulation that's long got to flip, or they've got to buy it back up. A lot of times that happens. You see a lot more buying back from this kind of 58 to 61 level, get price to come back up. But for all of you Wyckoff fans out there, this is it. This is accumulation right here. And here's the move higher. Now we're looking for distribution. This is the markup period. Now we get distribution up in here. And maybe some in here with this liquidity. So I'm actually looking for buyers to support it again down here. See if they do. If they do, then we have a potential opportunity. And we're kind of missing it. Wasn't interested. I didn't see them come in here. I was thinking maybe we'd down here. But if it curled around in here and we found our buyers, we any questions on this? Like just trying to. I mean, any questions on understanding this accumulation? I know that we're looking at the markets in kind of a different way here, but this is what drives the market. It's orders. It's order. It's interesting to see that if we identify this as accumulation and see the move, how they're on the bid here, right? So this is support, demand. Now, I'm curious to see if we can trade into this and we get a lack of selling and we get buyers coming in. So good in this price action. What kind of distribution may we see in? Let's see, maybe some of this, some of that. What does cumulative delta look like? It's not really telling us much. Selling in this area here. High liquidity is down here though at 61 half. High liquidity 62. That's what we're this area. See if we get some buying right in here, I'm interested. guys are starting to pull some of that liquidity. Still looks like they're going to trade. Okay, now what did they do here at this level? Some of it traded, but some of it was pulled. See the selling coming in. All right, so now this might be an opportunity for buyers again, back up above here. Okay, back up above like 63. So if we don't see them, see the sellers really take this down. Let's watch this area. Structure. Where we saw that quick drop. Where we're looking for buyers back up above 63. Let's jump back, look at our higher time frame. Okay, so here's our retest back here. Here's our selling. Just made slightly lower here. I think we're going to drop. It's looking pretty good here. Low, most of these guys here that bought, let's be prepared for it. Okay, we might get squeezed, but we're gonna so here's that bit of buying that we're kind of looking for. That would be a pullback though for us if we're gonna. I hate selling the lows like that, but we're just so open to the squeeze. This is the swing low down here at 55. That'll probably be the first stop if sellers. Okay, trading into high liquidity down here. How much supply do we got? And do we have? These areas are trading. Do we just get more sellers in here? Starting to. Now, this is where the sellers got to pick it up here. Continue it. Good if it's auctioning here. Or drop. See them getting out of the way here at 56, 7. Back in. All right, we were looking for that 55 level here of testing. That being the what was it? 5 level was the swing low. Okay, that's why we moved our take profit down in front of the 50, but we're going to be watching the 55 level. If we start to see some demand come in down there, uh, we'll manage our trade more aggressively. It's a nice move. All right, so this is where we're going to be managing it kind of aggressively now. So we're through 55, almost down to 50. There we go. Okay, 50 has traded, and let's see where we're going. We're still going lower. All right, now there's going to be a snapback to this, and hold on here. Let's go look at get our bigger picture perspective. Okay, so now on the hourly, traded back down here, we are likely going to find some profit taking and some buyers coming back in and trading it back up into these areas here. Look at how thinly it traded in here. It's big selling, sure, but looking for an auction back into these areas as well. So let's see if we get it down here, and maybe we can trade it back into. We're kind of missing it. These are hard. This is kind of catching a fallen knife, but we'll look at. Okay, this is where they came in. Let's see, do we get more buyers back in? Back in. Also looking for high liquidity, which did trade all the way down. Maybe needs to go a little lower here. Start to find buyers. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna look for it until we trade into some of this higher liquidity down here. Kind of surprising to see the. I thought maybe we'd get the bounce down here around 50. We're through it. This is be careful around these areas around 50. Like this happens a lot. Is we kind of go through it. Everyone's going, well, it's below 50. I'm gonna sell, and like lo and behold, it gets back up above here, and then you squeeze going. Yeah, that's something we want to be kind of be careful. This is kind of the move we're looking for, and it's playing out now. It's tricky. It can be a tricky thing to catch. Really have to. I find at least it really have to pay attention to the aggressors in here, and we wanted a little bit more insight, and that insight would be trading into the down here. Okay, the liquids here. All right, let's see here. Questions? Let's see here, Steven. Balances, etc. So yeah. And then it just comes down to your levels and your liquidity. So guys, this is kind of interesting here. Um, I was kind of anticipating a bigger pullback than just this, because all it did was really trade back up above this little swing here, get some stops, and there's some liquidity here. So there's not a lot of buying in here. You know, we're looking for it to kind of auction back up into these areas up in here, like thin rated areas here, and we're not there yet. So there's still more selling. I'm going to clear all the drawings in here. Do you guys have any questions? All right, let's go through, well, let's start again with the bigger picture here. All right, so this back and forth in here, and we're trying to figure out, it's got or supply or demand. And after retesting back up in here and not finding that stayed up there, and then this one here, this little candle here, 15-minute gave us some good insight here. It just, we come back down and we're back down into these wicks yet again, looking for a break. I'm surprised it kind of broke below the all of this here. I was just looking for 50 basically, or no, even 55, or maybe even a bit higher here. See the move up, but anyway, yeah, this kind of maybe it's too much, overextended. Maybe we will get our pullback now. Starting to see the wick. We can look for, see the little swing here. We can look. That's what, 5. So back up in 5 here, just about there. Right. Okay. So now we're getting our buying pressure, and which we're kind of looking for a little early here. You guys are talking about games in here, Counter Strike. Yeah, it looks like there's more. I'm going to kind of stay away from it, Stephen. It looks like, I'm looking for them to drop it here, but there's something that is keeping me away from it. I just don't have all the pieces here, and that's fine. All the pieces. I mean, we do have this liquidity up here, and maybe we could have looked at it up in here and that potential sell. We didn't get to 55 though, but we did get to this liquidity. Kind of pulled in here, but we did get to this 53 yeah, it just wasn't all the pieces here. If we got up maybe a little bit higher, and then we saw massive selling coming in, don't even see that in here. It's more like a kind of a retest of the area. But now down here we might get the selling, picks up and drops pretty slower. Okay, but let's just take a look at this in terms of aggressors. So down here, okay, some big selling in here, but see some of this pocket of buying here. So here, okay, so again, we're looking for accumulation in potentially that buy side. Now, is that enough? I don't know. I'm not too convinced. Let's see if they come back. So here's some selling that can get upended if we can get back up here again, buy side. Get up here. This would be the first little test here where the selling came back up. Right, now we're starting to find it. Let's jump in. I'm just curious. I want to take a shot at this, and because if this is the accumulation, get back up here again. We should revisit these areas up in here, maybe our 55 level. Right? We missed this on the way up last time. So this is, we don't really have quite all the pieces here. We really wanted to trade in this liquidity first, but we're going to just take a shot at it, see if we identified this correctly here. We're looking for the move back up to potentially 5. Yeah, 55. I still don't feel too comfortable about it. It's starting to work in our direction, but like we just didn't have all the pieces. Uh, Kind of identified this as some demand in here, and okay, it's playing out, but you know, some luck on that. I'm still looking for more up into these higher levels here. I'm going to be pretty aggressive on this one. I'm going to move my stop down. I go at break even. We'll take a small loss on it. Take loss. I'm going to give it some room. I'm still looking for this to go higher. We identified the area here. Kind of lucky on that one. Uh, they need to support it again and buy again in here. Okay, so we didn't see anything to get out of this. We may get stopped out here, small loss, probably. But there we go. I'm okay with that. This is. I did not see any reason for um, getting out of this. And if this was the demand in here that we identified here and here, uh, then should come back up into the. Maybe it's just a pullback here and find more. And here it is. So we got stopped out almost at the low, and now the move is starting to play out. Traded up to high liquidity. It's like some of that transacted. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? Nope. It's pretty quiet over in YouTube. Night low still open. So yeah, actually, guys, I was looking at here rhythmic. That was with overnight. Yeah, well, overnight low down here. Um, that's a ways down. Right, we might get there. We're gonna watch this area in here, see if we can take it. Know about it. I mean, this looks like a more powerful move. Hard to, it's a hard one to judge. No, this is kind of see the steepness and candles, and then this is kind of like flagging almost. Now that's not so true at the end of the day yesterday, and today you kind of see this back and forth, that kind of break here. Yeah, yeah, maybe. We got this wide open gate right now. Got the European close coming up. And buyers getting out of the way here. There. So sellers. Yeah, this could be another break here, just like what we experienced last time. But I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on this one here. Our pull back into uh, supply areas in here. Now we need to see like how much demand there is. Let's move all the way back up. Seen the break. A few icebergs going off in here. Market there. It's 50, 73, 28 still in. Yeah, hindsight. It's easy in hindsight. This is looking good. But this is where some sellers came in, exhaustion, back up into this area, and then the selling come in. It's just I was a little just kind of watching some of this buying in. That's what it's about. retracement all the way back up. And seller's getting out of the way there. Pretty thin on the buy side in here. You can see it also in cumulative volume delta. You can see it in the dots. You can see it in the bars. So this is really tricky though. Like you have to be careful. I would say sell side uh, to the order flow in here, but we've covered this so many times where like right in here where they dropped, if you can get the buyers back up above it, there's demand up above it in here. Does not matter that is thinly traded in here by buyers. This whole area, it doesn't matter. The squeeze is on. In fact, that's where you can get some really nice squeezes in higher. Yeah, I mean, typically this is pretty typical too. Tries to go back up above it. It trades into some high liquidity, and you find the sellers taking it right down. Again, trying to identify the buyers and sellers in here, the relation, distribution, and just not finding all the pieces yet. Again, this was really nice on the way back up higher area. Bit of accumulation in here. Has potential. Oh, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to give it one last shot here on that sell side. Into the squeeze here, but just want to see let's get back down below these buyers in here, and I thought that was enough. See, it's not looking good. Immediately it's pulled back, so I don't like it. Got to see some heavy selling and say that's enough. And if I see that buying come in and I'm out, I'm not going to take the squeeze. Sellers are coming right back in, so bit of a battleground. Now this is end of the session here in Europe, so we're also going to experience some back and forth, guys. That isn't going to make a lot of sense. Recovering, who's buying, who's selling. There's some pretty big whips in here. Not a good time to be. Sellers just below here, just below in. Okay, see it then. See the drop. Let's take a look here. I'm going to kind of front run the high liquidity at 40, but let's jump back here and at over 6, 28, 18, potentially. down in front of that 36. Okay, guys, we'll wrap it up. I think we'll call it a day here, and call it a year. We might be caught in the squeeze yet again here, some back and forth here. This European close, looks to me like the sellers have it, but European close, end of the year here, we can get a lot of wicks back and forth. I'm going to stick with the idea until we see something. Okay. All right, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Look forward to 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. And we will catch up with you next time. Okay, so that'll be on Friday. We'll see you then. Okay. Yep. Take care, everyone. Oh, take advantage of those. Oh, hey, Josh. Take advantage of those year-end deals, guys. Here, let me take that screen off. If you're interested, this is the time. Get that MBO bundle. That's here. Let's see. Yeah. It's 50% off your last chance here. Just today is the last one. So give it a shot. If you haven't tried it, then this is the time. And then get 30% off the Global Plus Annual. Use it as a tax write-off and be all set for 2025 and learn order flow, integrate it within your trading, back into the Bookmap Academy and our Discord channel, etc. Got a great community there, and the Bookmap Academy will help out as well. All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.